I want to talk about something, but I'm afraid it's going to be considered too controversial. Because, God help liberals, they don't think before they speak on certain things. Okay. There is a tendency, and I say this as an LGBT person myself, okay, I want to get that clear, where the media will deliberately push the most outlandish manifestation of homosexuality. You know what I mean? The ones with the overly bright colors, the ones that traditionally have been called flaming. So I think you know what I mean by that. Okay, let me start at the beginning from what caused this. There is a WWE NXT wrestler called Quincy, also known as Super Diva. You are looking at a picture of him right now. Now, I certainly understand the need to express oneself. I mean, I wear what it is that I want to wear, hold the positions that I want to hold, etc. My problem is media trying to portray us, I'm talking particularly gay men, in a certain way that is overly flamboyant, decadent, hedonistic. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, the kind of like flamer type that where all they do is think about sex. Everything is sexualized, sex, 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 sex everywhere. And as someone who is a sexual minority, I find it incredibly annoying and insulting. There are those of us out there who don't think about sex 24 hours a day and constantly feel the need to throw our sexual orientation in people's faces by being as flaming as possible. Now, if being, flaming is your personality, that's fine. That's not the problem. The problem is when media defines homosexuality that way. And I don't appreciate being portrayed that way, because it's not me. I mean, how often have you ever heard me even talk about my sexual orientation? Almost never. It's not. It's my business. I don't want other people going on about it. I don't feel a need to make being gay, or in my case, being bi, my personality. As I said, the problem is the media making it seem like that's what we are, which is not true. My desire is to have sexual minorities be held as regular like everybody else. Just to be completely accepted as everyone else, not standing out as different in some way, shape, or form. This would be the gay equivalent of, I'm think of a heteronormative equivalency, something like, I guess you would say, a fuckboy. You know, those d-bags who walk around and everything, all they do all the time is think about getting laid. And it's like their entire personality. I guess you could call him broski or whatever. I think you know the guy I'm referring to. I find those guys insufferable as well. But that's an issue for straight people to deal with. So it's not a hill I'm willing to die on, because aside from them being, really, really annoying, I think that's something men in general have. Okay, now I am a man, so I guess I do have to work on it. Okay, I screwed that part up, but you know what I mean. I don't like being portrayed this way. I am not a hypersexual, all the time, hedonistic, flamboyant, annoying person. I find flamers to be annoying. That's just my personal preference. I'm not saying people shouldn't be allowed to be that way if that's who they are, and if that's their personality, that's their personality. There's all kinds of people in the world who don't like other kinds of people. And God knows a lot of people who don't like me. But all I'm asking is that the media not portray us this way. I would hazard to guess that this is not the way the vast majority of us are. Not every gay man is a drag queen. Because the media makes us look like attention-seeking narcissists. And that's not the kind of person that we should aspire to be. Now, having said that, I want to say I understand. Because society is now becoming more accepting of sexual minorities, there's going to be, when you finally get to be who it is that you are, that you may have suppressed for X amount of time, it's going to come out all at once in a big explosion. And it's going to take the forms as gay pride parades. Okay, those things are flamboyant and over the top, where you get to be yourself, and when you release the pressure of being pushed down into something else, then you're finally free to be yourself. It's going to burst out all at once. Okay, I understand that. That's a human thing. That's not a gay thing. I had a relative who went to an all-girls school, and when she got out and was no longer in that school anymore, she went boy crazy, because she wasn't allowed to have contact with, any boys. And then when she finally had it, it kind of just exploded all at once. So this is a natural human thing to happen. And I understand that's going to happen. And it does. And it's a natural reaction to oppression. When you finally do get to be yourself, it's going to come out like this. This is somewhat similar to the old criticism, why are gays secretly meeting at night to have anonymous hookups and do all this and like that, and sneaky and anonymous, and well, because you didn't allow them to be themselves in public. You didn't allow two homosexuals to just be together in public like normal people. Now the problem is, you had to do it in secret, or you were probably going to get killed, depending on what decade you lived in. Okay. Now, once that's gone, and you are free to be who it is that you are in public, the overly hedonistic kind of way isn't really necessary. I mean, if you're still into, anonymous hookups and stuff, I would really suggest not doing that, because, that's the greatest cause of the transmission of STDs, STIs, and stuff like that. I'm talking about your personal safety. If that's the life you want to lead, and go ahead and do it. But I think that a lot of us don't want to be portrayed that way. We just want to be regular people. We just want to live the same, generally speaking in this society, want to live the same normal class white picket fence that everybody else wants to be. Now, that's not what I want. I don't think there should be a middle class, but that's besides the point. I'm talking about the general population. They want to be closer to who it is they are. Okay, that gay couple on Modern Family? who have the adopted Asian girl. Can't remember their names. I'm not really a fan of the show, but you know the ones I'm talking about, how they live their lives like normal people without having to be extremely weird about their sexuality. I mean, I wholly admit that I am a weird person, but I'm not weird about my sexuality. Like, you know what I mean? I think a lot of LGBT people want to be regular, normal people, but the media and many activists push back against that and insist upon an overly flamboyant, hedonistic, even narcissistic way of being. And as the B in LGBT, I just want to be recognized as a regular person where, you know, my sexual orientation isn't my defining characteristic. I mean, for the vast majority of straight people, you know, their sexual orientation is not the cornerstone of their personality. Yeah, like I said, there's things like fuckboys where that is. And there's like streaming Twitch women who, yeah, their sexual orientation or their sexual appeal is the cornerstone of their personality, at least while they're on their job. But I hope you understand what I mean. Like, I don't want to be portrayed that way. I just want to be like a regular, everyday person in that regard. Not to be looked at as an abnormal freak, but also not to be encouraged to be outlandish either. Like, I think that's the point here. For you know, judge me by the content of my character, not my sexual orientation, kind of thing. I think you understand what I'm saying. At least I hope you do.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.